Director General, myself, and tell them we are a town, not a village. And I supposed to convince them that we are a town, not a village. Village is a small area.
Yeah.
As a town of Cusfia, visit of Mr. Jerry Handler, December 14th, that's our date. Go ahead. On behalf of the town of Cusfia, the residents and Cusfia local council, we welcome you, visit, and hope that you will enjoy and learn about our communities. Not community, one, communities.
Yeah.
In general, now they impose me and they put here village, I'm sorry, Cusfia. Actually, Cusfia running almost 400 years ago. The population here today, we're talking about the majority as it was 76%, 15% Christian, 7% Muslims, and you have a big surprise. We have 100 Jewish families. And another surprise, we have the evangelicals community here that they believe in Joshua.
What?
And we have a synagogue for this community, synagogue here. Sphere, we can say that the population we're talking almost more than 13,000, and the size of Sphere we're talking about 11,000 dunams, about acres 3,000 acres. Okay, go ahead. Who are the Druze in Israel? You are first time in the Druze community? That's the first time?
No, I was once in the village in Carmel Mountain in Haifa.
Okay.
Yes.
If you're coming to ask me who is the Druze, I am a huge dilemma. Because you have to see our prophets and to see our religion. Our prophets started more than 3,000 years ago, especially with Jethro, Moses' father-in-law. In the Bible you can see what he made it, how to lead the Jewish people to flood from Egypt to come to Israel. He actually gave them the advice to organize the Jewish people as a groups, and these groups to be leading by leaders and to bring them outside, because under the area when they have been in Egypt was slaves. And to bring slaves to this area, you have to organize them as a groups. 110, 50, all these groups supposed to be as groups to lead them to this area. We have John the Baptist, he was with Jesus, and Salman Farsi was Prophet Muhammad. All these prophets.
Companion. He was a companion of Muhammad.
Yeah, go. He was an English teacher
No.
all the time, correctly.
No.
Okay.
Very important. It's very important to have in there.
Yeah. In any case, we have the period of the prophets and we have the period of the religion. Our religion started 1,000 years ago. Our religion is secret. We believe in reincarnation, but there is a few principles of our religion. One, to protect the land where we live. That's the reason the Druze will not leave their area. If there will be war, and this war that started now, we prepared ourselves to absorb people from the Galilee, Druze, or others community, to accept them in our village. But they said we are not leaving our homes. We will stay in our homes and to protect ourselves. If we will be occupation of Hezbollah, that will be another story. But if they will continue to attack us by missiles or other things, we can protect ourselves. There is no reason to leave. And we talking about land, the faith. We have to protect our faith and the dignity of the family. Three important things that's our principle. But there is another principle. We are not eating pork, like a Jewish kosher. We are not smoking, and we are not drinking alcohol. That's our principle. That's the main area. The holy place of the Druze named Khulwa. to be alone with God. There is no rabbi in our synagogue or the holy site, and there is no imam like the Muslims. Everybody pray for himself, for God, and all of the people that participating in the ceremony, they are equal. There is no somebody that leading, but in the future there is some people leading in the khilwa and to give them the advice for the local issue that's supposed to talk about something the community that is supposed to take a decision. During the time from 1,000 years ago until today, we persecuted and discriminated by different communities that they are not accepted the Druze, the religion, because in the Islam, the last prophet supposed to be Prophet Muhammad, and the last religion supposed to be the Quran. When our religion started 1,000 years ago, they said impossible that will be another religion. That's the reason they persecuted us and discriminated us, and we fled from Egypt like the Jewish people, and we start to live through all the Middle East. Where is the Druze living in general? I'm telling you, in Australia we have a Druze community. We have Druze community in Australia. Tell Amir to tell you where is the Druze community. All the people that they are preparing falafel and hummus, that the Druze community.
Not only.
No, I'm kidding. In any case, in the Middle East, we have the population of the Druze include the Golan Heights. We're talking about 21 villages or cities or town, as you wish to say. But in the Carmel, we have 2 cities or 2 towns. In the Galilee, we have 15. And in the Golan Heights, we have 4 towns or villages. The population, we're talking about 150,000 in Israel. In Jordan, we have 30,000. In Lebanon, almost 500,000, 400,000, 500,000. And in Syria, we're talking about 700, almost 800. Where we have another communities, we have in the United States, we're talking almost about more than 100,000 in United States. And in South America, we have 250,000. That they left, most of them, Lebanon and Syria. When I'm talking about 400 or 500 in Lebanon, many of them left Lebanon, or many of them left Syria. And today we have another group of the generation that living in Europe because of the civil war in Syria. Many of them left Syria and become living in the area of Germany and others. The people of the Jewish people are the Druze community. For example, when they decided to adopt the national law, the Druze made demonstration. The most of the participants in this demonstration was from the Jewish community, because against this law, because this law has gave us to be second class, and we supposed to be first class, the Jewish people. When I was an ambassador in Center of America, I came to the ministries first to explain this law. I told the Ministry of Foreign Affairs I can't explain this law because I can't say that I will be the second class. I'm serving and give my duty. I'm supposed to get all my rights. The other problem that we have, Kamenitz's law, that the government trying to impose us not to build our homes in our private area. And this law actually, they impose us to pay tolls, to pay, we have an order to destroy these homes, and we have big struggle with the government. Population, I spoke about the population. The municipal vision. We're talking about urban planning. All these soldiers that I have to give them a solution for houses. Actually, they are not giving us to build homes in our private area. I suppose to build neighborhood for the Druze soldiers. and we have a huge gap in this issue. I hope that the government will listen for us and to give us a solution for this problem. Education development from kindergarten to university. The percentage of the people who graduate from the university, we talk about 75% from girls. Only 25% they are studying in the university. And this guy, very important person, helping me.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Good morning, sir. How are you? How do you feel?
In any case, the education, we're talking that official education to encourage people to go to the university, because without university you can't get the jobs. And we trying to give scholarship for every student that would like to go to study. For example, from the time that I started as a mayor until today, we gave scholarship for we talk about almost 2,500 students, and we give them money from scholarship from the municipality. And we would like to encourage people to go. Without university, there is no way to get the jobs, and we need people to go to high tech and to go for an economic area. But without that, there is no possibility. Where is our problem? In our city, we have one salary in the homes. We need two salaries because we have to encourage the community to get more salary. The economy will be very strong. That's the reason we would like to find high-tech area, also tourism area. And later we will bring you to the area where we thinking that supposed to be the tourism area. We'll speak later about that. Women equality, for us, the women, it's very important. They are part of the society. We have to encourage them and to give them the chance. One of the special rights for the women, she can decide to divorce. She can say, thank you very much, I'm not going to be your husband. That's her decision. That's one of the things that we don't have in other communities. Employment, we have a big percentage that we don't have places to work, and we have to find a solution. Yesterday I was meeting with the Director General of the electricity company to find a solution for people that would like to work in the electricity company. I hope that we will find a solution for these people. Go ahead.
The sport facility.
We talking also in every community we have violence. We have a lot of problem with the young generation. We have to push them and to give them facilities for sports and unofficial education. And if you have a time, you can see what we made it here, but we need more and more, because the new generation, they have their phone, they have their independence area, and we have to encourage them to come to area that they can give them the support, to give them new vision, and we're doing the best to leave them from violence, to leave them from drugs and others. The gaps. I said we have housing for young couples. We're talking about that. Scholarship that we're talking. Student change. If we can convince Amir to have a delegation from Assia to go to Australia, that's a very good idea from his budget, not from me. Sport facilities, tourism. We have to encourage the tourism because that's the area that we have it. When we're talking 500 years ago that Assia started, we have a lot of things to show, and we will show later when we will do a tour in this area. Twin city agreement, will be very happy if we can convince any city in Australia that will be happy to do that. Asfia, the park, we have the Carmel Park. 10 things you don't know about our town. Amazing situation. You're old 61, yes? Up? We have the same age? 4? Okay, in any case, that's the lira Israeli lira. Where is the coin of the...
It's the coin, it's the shekel.
The shekel. You see the shekel, you'll see that's the ground of the synagogue, of the Jewish synagogue that established 2,000 years ago in Israel, in Israel. You'll see the mosaic there, and we took this symbolic and they took it to put it in the lira, Israeli lira. You'll see that. You see that running for all the time. That's the symbolic of the municipality. You will see later in the area. We found a lot of coins, a lot of old money in this area that they're talking that here was a Jewish settlement, Jewish city. The name was Josefa. Josefa, and the meaning is a storm area because the climate here was disaster, and the Jewish people can't continue to live here, and they left this area, but was still coins and still old money, and also the synagogue that we have. Yeah, we have first movie in 1950.
Israeli movie. The first Israeli movie.
First Israeli movie, 1955. גבעה.
גבעת 24
You know this movie?
No.
Okay, that's the first movie that made it in Austria in 1955. Shoshana Damari, perhaps you know these names, Shoshana Damari, Michael Shiloh, Yossi Yadin, all these
זה הסרט הישראלי הראשון.
שצולם כאן.
לא, הישראלי הראשון.
כן, לא, אני מכיר את השם.
כן, והוא צולם.
יש עוד סרט לפניו, אקסודוס.
כן, אבל היה כאן
כן.
שחקנים ישראלים.
Okay, go ahead. Very important event happened in Austria. In 1948, the British mandate decided to expel the leadership of the Zionist organization to Ethiopia. One of the leaders was Abachushi. He was the mayor of Haifa. And he came here and found a shelter in Austria until come to be negotiation with the British mandate can stay here. But he get the clauses as a women clauses, and he stay for a few months until the situation was better.
The main street in Austria called Abachushi.
Yeah, I saw that on the way.
What is that?
The national camps of the younger.
Okay, we have camps Bnei Akiba that coming to the forest in Asia and the Carmel, and they are building facilities in this area. Go ahead. The first volunteers, I spoke about the volunteers starting from 1936 until 1948. From 1948, they established the unit of the Druze community as the 300, the name of the number of the unit. And in 1956, we start to serve as a mandatory service. As I said, hundreds of our young sacrifice their life. And actually, we have the main cemetery of the Druze soldiers here in Asfia. Because the relationship started in Asfia, they made the cemetery here. Culture and interfaith junction. We are here, Druze, Christian, Jews, and Muslims. We have the mosque, we have the churches, we have 2 churches, we have 3 khulwat, and actually we live as a model of coexistence. What is that?
The silver antennas.
Okay, the Druze are trying to protect the nature, and they put in our area a lot of antennas, and they made a revolution against this, and they removed all the antennas. But actually made a big damage for the community We don't have a reception for the salad today. Okay, this area that historic, the famous vegetables or developing agriculture, we have the oil, olive oil, and also the tomatoes. Tomato is very famous in Asfia. And when I was in New York, I visited one of the supermarket, and I saw box written Carmel. I opened the box and I saw the tomato that came from Asfia. It's amazing things with the tomato. It's you don't need salt because there is a mineral inside that you don't need. You will find that you will test it, the tomato, and you will see how is tasting you. Go ahead. Five minutes from Haifa, 4 minutes from the university, Kibbutz Bet Oren, 3 minutes from the moon. We are in the heart of the north. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I will give the chance to Hanadi to speak about her husband. She, as I said, he lost her husband in September the 13th, 1993, when supposed to be signing about Oslo Agreement in Washington. Please, Nadi, I will translate it if you would like to speak in English. That's the small information about her husband.
נדבר בעברית? אתה תתרגם?
Living here, and the Jewish and other families living here. We talk about almost 15,000.
15,000.
Almost.
Almost. Big community. Yeah. Very nice.
Excuse me, I have a little story I want to tell you. There was a merchant who had a lot of honey, and he wanted to sell his honey and distribute it in symbolic price. And one day came to him a very poor woman, and he felt how poor she was, and he came with a bowl, a little bowl to take honey to feed her children. So he saw that, he realized that, and he said to his employees, his workers, don't give her. So they were surprised. Why he said that? She's very poor and she can do that. She always do that. He said to them, she came to ask us according to her ability, but we will give her according to our ability. So she sent her a tin of honey. Thank you.
Very good.
Corn. And that's the symbolic of the
Yep.
town. And we gave you all the presentation,
That's good.
but we have a big surprise. There is the Green Mountain. The Green Mountain is the Carmel. And Yoram Tahar Lev was a very famous person that made a lot of famous things.